Welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about something that is, I guess, attitudinally appropriate. The title of the video is Today is a Good Day to Have a Good Day. And I will tell you that the other day, I eventually did have a good day, but I had a moment there where I got some news about my blood work that was like, not so good. I mean, not to the point where it would have been, well, don't bother, paying your credit card bill or anything like that. But it was a kind of a good check on what I'm doing in any given day. I want to make sure that when I choose to do something, I'm doing it out of kind of some basic aspects. Number one, and I just want to share this with you so that if you're having one of those challenging days, maybe you got some news that you weren't planning on, and wow, it's a shocker. And I was listening to a video. I've got one of the people that I watch. His name is Old Mike, Living Better, and his motto is, "If you're not done, you're not, or if you're not dead, you're not done." I love that. So today it's about setting yourself up to have a good day, maybe a good life, because the name of this channel is In Search of Purpose Today. So today is our day. Anyway, here we are. I wanted to give you a couple of quick notes about what I have found to be most effective. I'm 67 years old, and in my business careers, whether it was in the fitness career or radio or business management consulting or home improvement sales or healing, I've done quite extensive healing work. I'm a QHHT practitioner, so yada, yada, yada. Been doing a bunch of stuff. And invariably, I made some realizations. Number one, today is all you've got. Today is, as they call it, the present. So today is the present, and we have to make the most of it. So we're going to unwrap it properly. And since that's the case, let's also talk about your life. What is your life about? And invariably, people get to a point in their life, maybe many times during their life, where they're having an issue. And the issue is, what's the next step? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Maybe you just lost a job, or maybe you just lost a relationship. And you're thinking, oh, wow, that was a hit. That was a tough thing. And I learned something many, many years ago, and it goes like this. Everything happens for a reason and a purpose, and it happens to help you and teach you. So sometimes you've got to look long and hard to find out where that happens to help you and teach you part comes in. However, that attitude allows me to look out for it. And because there's a saying, seek and you shall find. So if you're looking for the positive, you're going to find one. If you're only looking for the negatives, that's all you're going to see. And interestingly enough, that's all you're going to create for yourself. So if we want to make today a good day, or this life a good life, we're going to always have to pick ourselves up from wherever we're at, however we've been knocked down. We're going to be persistent. We're going to decide what we want. And we're going to create a life as opposed to having a life created for us. And wow, I understand. Sometimes when you're first starting this process, it is tough. So I want to give you a few steps. And the first is, step number one, I want you to make a plan. And I want you to make a plan based on what you're passionate about. Now, if you don't know what you're passionate about, there's a process. Just take out, I'm a huge fan. Pen and paper. And sit down, and you might ask yourself, well, what do you enjoy doing? Write that down. I like horses, I like art, I like dancing, I like whatever that happens to be. and you're going to write that list down. It is your list. You don't need to share this list with anybody. And once you get your list down, then it's probably important at this point to decide what it is that you would like to do. And if you are, let's go back just a second and say, oh, okay, well, I'm having a hard time coming up with my list. If you have anybody in your family or a friend that knows you well, loves you, that's important, I think. And you ask them, if you were to tell me what I'm good at, what would it be? If you were to define me in a few sentences, what would it be? And listen. And just take that, you don't have to be defensive, just listen to what they have and write that down. Now, once you've come up with this something, decide what it is that you would like to do next. Maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's a career, I don't know. If it's a relationship, you might want to put down exactly what it is that you're looking for in that relationship. And make sure that it's what you want, not what you think is the right thing. And I remember many years ago when I was involved in, looking for a business or for a life partner, and I found one, by the way. I wrote down all the things about me that they would need to know about, because the last thing you want to do is have somebody select you or you to select them based on a fiction that isn't really you. If you say, oh, I love to take a walk on the beach, and you hate walking on the beach, what are you doing? Don't say that. Tell them what you really like to do. Maybe I like to, go sit in the park. Maybe I like to watch TV. Whatever that is, that had better be in your profile as far as what you're looking for. Now let's go back to you. Once you've decided what it is that you would like, you need to take a step in that direction. If it's a business or a career or something along those lines, you need to start writing out your business plan. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be clear and concise and in writing. Pen and paper. Really important. Get that thing down on paper, and then before you lose the enthusiasm for whatever the idea is, take a step in the right direction. Make a phone call, write an email, do some research, and check that off as something that you actually have already done. So you're going to get that chance to be able to put that little check mark. I love check marks. I love that check mark. So you just have to be able to take that first step. And something that I put down as a note for myself, I've got bullet points, that's what I operate out of, is to enjoy the process. So many people, they take on their career or whatever, not even like it's a job, but like it's a drudge. Ugh, horrible. So decide whatever it is that you're going to do, and whatever that process is, that you have to decide, I'm going to enjoy the process. And as you make that decision, I want to make one more idea or one more consideration. Keep it a secret. So many people, they'll come up with this great idea, they'll share it with the wrong person, and they'll then take their idea and run off with it. I'm not really worried about that, as much as I am concerned that you might tell it to somebody and they take their opportunity to be critical and to run every idea that you've had right down into the dirt. Horrible. And it kills your enthusiasm before it ever had a chance to build any momentum, because you're going to need momentum. You're going to need belief. And I say keep it a secret with this one caveat. There are people who love you. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what you've done, they love you, that person, and they're your biggest fan. So if you've got one of those, I do, I've got a couple, share your idea with that person. Let them know what you're doing, because you know you're going to get some positive feedback. And trust me, that positive feedback will take you so much further than any kind of negative criticism. As a matter of fact, when I'm learning something or I'm teaching something, I make it a point to let's say I'm teaching, to let the person know that I'm only going to be commenting on the things that I think that you did well. I remember when I was learning to sing, and I became a very good singer. Uh, Obviously prior to the stroke, but even that's coming back. So here we go. I would tell them, I'm only going to compliment you. I'm only going to tell you about what you and actually did. I'm only going to talk about what you did well. So when I was singing, and I was at a karaoke place or whatever, wherever we were working out on the singing, I would let them know, my critics, and many of these people were professional singers, they were really good. I would say, if the only thing I do well is I don't fall down on the way to the stage, that's what I want to hear about when I come back. Don't tell me about my tone or anything else. Just tell me what I did well. Oh, you remember the lines. That's pretty easy when you've got a teleprompter in front of you, which I do not have now, by the way. I do have some bullet points, but that's about it. So make sure that you're getting positive feedback in the early ideas of what it is, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. So keep it a secret, except that's a beautiful thing to do. And then persistence. Oh, wow. Sticking to your commitment to just keep going, even when it sucks, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't seem to be working. And pay attention to, if things are not working, what is it about what you're doing that isn't quite working? And make a change. And keep making changes. The key is to know what your end goal is, and then continue until you get it. I don't know how long it's going to take. Might take a day, might take a month, might take a year, big goals, whatever the time. But you'll be surprised that once you begin and you focus and you bring things right down to where it is that you want to accomplish this thing, then you're going to be amazed at how quickly people and things and circumstances start to come into your life to help you achieve that definite goal that you've got planted in your mind and on paper. So I hope that this helped a little bit in regard to the idea of kind of the structure. Again, make a plan, make it based on your passion, do it in writing. The next thing, once you've got that down, take a step, make a phone call, make an email, write your business plan, whatever it is, but take one step in that right direction. The next thing I want you to do, again, keep it a secret except for that person or persons that loves you and they would compliment you, and tell me what about this that you like. Don't worry about the other side of it. Just stay focused on what it is that you like. So that kind of encouragement helps you to build momentum. And then stick with it. Show your progress. Keep a chart of what's going on. Eventually, you'll have this thing fleshed out, and you're going to need, generally speaking, you're going to need help on any kind of a big plan. And there are immeasurable numbers of people out there that know more than you do, that are willing to help. Often just the idea of approaching that person and saying, I really need your help. I need your advice on this. Would you give me your absolute honest opinion? And you know what? They will. So often people are so afraid to ask. Well, once you've got this down and you've told it to the people who love you and they're telling you everything's wonderful, well, that's great. And when you reach a sticking point where it's beyond what you actually know, there might be somebody that comes into your circle of influence that's an expert on that, and they would be happy to share if you ask. So asking is important. And the next step is to enjoy this day. As the title of the video is, today is a good day to have a good day. I think I saw it on I don't know, it might have been on a placard or coffee cup or something. But today is a good day to have a good day. And it is. You know why? This is the only one that we've got. Again, it's the present. So today is a good day to have a good day. I wish for you to have the most amazing day of possibilities where you're looking at your future with a creative mind and a happy spirit. Choose that. Make it a choice that you can control how you feel by focusing on that which you are passionate about. So, in search of purpose today, well, that's your purpose today. Find your passion, write it down, put it in writing, and let's go accomplish the best that we can possibly do on any given day. I love you all. Oh, by the way, my name is Jack McAdory. Kind of at the end of the video, sorry. But the important aspect of living an amazing life is living an amazing life. You have to decide. You got to get out there and make it your life. Make it the one that is of your design. So, again, Jack McAdory, in search of purpose today. And it's time to go out there and do the best that we can on today. Love you all. Have a blessed day. Bye now.